Hi friends, welcome to the channel. Here we are discussing about a new topic that is biostatics and research methodology questions. Along with that, there will be general knowledge questions and I have included uh, general English questions also. It will be helpful for preparing tomorrow's JIPMAR nursing officer exams. So those who are preparing for JIPMAR nursing officer, it will be a final touch for their study. And we will move to the topic. Before that, we will continue the videos for PJ Sangarur also in coming days. And we will move to the topic uh, general knowledge, biostatics and research methodology, general English questions. I divided into three parts. First question: which of the following is the capital of France? The question is from general knowledge. I have first part is general knowledge. Options: Berlin, London, Paris, Rome. Correct answer is Paris. It is an easy question. Paris is the capital of France and it is the largest city of France. So capital city of Paris is the largest city. Second question: who was the first president of United States? George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison. Correct answer: George Washington. George Washington was the first president of the United States and he served from 1789 to 1797, around 8 years. Third question: which of the following is the largest ocean on earth? Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean. Correct answer is Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean on the earth, covering an area of about 638 million square miles. Note that it is in square miles. If it is in kilometer, it is a larger number. That is why I converted into square miles. 638 million square miles, the area of the Pacific Ocean. Fourth question: what is the currency of Japan? Dollar, euro, yen, pound. It is another easier question. Correct answer is yen. Yen is the currency of Japan. Fifth question: who wrote the novel Pride and Prejudice? Jane Austen, Charles Dickens, Mark Twain, Emily Bronte. Correct answer: Jane Austen. Jane Austen written the novel Pride and Prejudice. So, Pride and Prejudice is a novel written by Jane Austen. It is published in 1813. So, these are our 5 GK questions. Then we will move to biostatics and research methodology questions. First question is: histogram is used to present which kind of the data? Nominal, continuous, discrete, all of the above. Correct answer is continuous data. Histogram is used to present continuous data. Histogram is a graphical presentation for continuous quantitative data. Continuous groups are marked on x-axis while frequencies are marked on a y-axis. So I will show you an example here. So this is an example of histogram chart. So continuous frequency that will be in x-axis, continuous data that is measured in x-axis, and the frequency will be measured in y-axis. So here that is 132 weight, that is frequency is 2. So 132 is repeating 2 times. So like that histogram we can represent here. An histogram is a chart that groups numeric data into bins. So these are the bins. Displaying the bins as segmented columns, and they are used to depict the distribution of a data set, how often values fall into ranges. So this is the frequency and this is the continuous data. So here continuous data example is weight. Age also continuous data, and we will learn the continuous data question also, and that time we will explain more. Second question, a scatter diagram is drawn to study a trend of a variable over a period of time, frequency of occurrence of events, mean and median values of the given variables, relationship between two given variables. So correct answer is scatter diagram is used to represent a relationship between two given variables. So I will show you an example. This is an example of a scatter diagram. Scatter diagram is also known as correlation diagram or dot diagram because we represent with a dot according to that variables, and we will put different dots, and we can make a line also by communicating with each other dots. Scatter diagram is also known as correlation diagram or dot diagram. It is used to depict correlation between two quantitative variables. So in both x-axis and y-axis, we will depict that different quantitative variables, and we can easily measure the correlation between the each variables. Third question, all of the following are examples of nominal scale except. So you should know what is nominal scale, then you can answer here. Options: race, sex, body weight, socio-economic status. Correct answer is body weight. Body weight is an example of numerical scale. All other options are example of nominal scale. So we will see what is nominal scale here. A nominal scale means based on norm. Norm, that means it is related to names. So you should not have any specific order. Nominal scale will not have any specific order. It is a qualitative variables. So I told you numerical variable also there. So numerical value is a quantitative variable, but nominal scale, it is a qualitative variable. For example of a nominal scale includes race, the race of a person, religion of a person, the country of birth, clinical features, sex of child, type of anemia, ABO blood group, site of malignancy, etc. are examples of nominal scales. Fourth question, best method to plot the change of incidence of disease over time. Line chart, bar diagram, histogram, pie chart. Correct answer is line chart. So I will show you an example, then you can easily understand. For an example, we can take COVID incidence. So in 2020 and 21, there was a high peak COVID cases. Then it is currently subsided. So that you can represent like that. So with the help of this chart, so this incidence of this particular disease is going up, 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 then a sudden decline, then cases are increasing, then again declining, the cases are increasing. So over the time, how the disease incidence is happening, we can easily represent with line chart. Line chart is a frequency of polygon presenting variation by lines, shows trend of an event over period of time. Event here, it is the incidence of disease. Fifth question, all of the following are continuous variable except weight in kilogram, blood groups, age in years and months, height in centimeter. So in first question also we have discussed about continuous variable, and here we will discuss more, explain about continuous variable. So here correct answer is blood group. Blood group is not an example of continuous variable. All other weight in kilogram, age in year and months, height in centimeter, these are the example of continuous variable. So histogram is used to represent the continuous variable. A continuous variable is a type of variable in statistics that can take on any value within a given range. This is in contrast to a discrete variable which can only take on a limited number of values. So name, ABO, blood group, etc. are examples of discrete variable or non-continuous variable. So in that they can take one name only. In the continuous variable, there will be in 2 points, there will be in between the 2 points, there will be a numerous numbers. That is why it is known as continuous variable. Continuous variables are typically measured or observed using numerical scales such as length, weight or time. So continuous variable we can measure that we can measure with length, weight or time. Then some examples of continuous variables includes height, temperature, income, length, weight, etc. are the examples of continuous variables. Here blood group it is meant we selected it is a non-continuous variable. So it is an example of discrete or discontinuous variable. Blood group is an example of discrete or discontinuous variable. There are few fixed possible values in between values. So in blood group there is values are fixed. It may be A group, B group, AB group, O group. So there are the values are fixed. But in the case of continuous variable, the values will change. We can take any of the point in between two values. There will be a numerous numbers or numerous values. So that is why it is known as continuous variable. Sixth question: central tendency is given by all except mean, mode, median, range. So this is also easy question. Correct answer is range. So we will see what is central tendency. Central tendency is a statistical concept that refers to the tendency of a dataset to have a single value or a small number of values that are more common or representative of the data than others. So central tendency means that is in a simple words, if more frequency or which value is more frequent, or based on that the we will represent the whole data set. So that is simply central tendency means the whole value that is represented by a single value. So for that we will use mean, median and mode. It is often measured using mean, median and mode, which are three commonly used measures of central tendency. So we will see what is mean, what is median and what is mode. Mean means arithmetic average of the data. If 5 numbers are there means we need to add the 5 numbers then divided by 5. So that is the arithmetic average of the data. So mean we can calculate it by the value of the total variable value divided by the number of variables. Then the same time median means the middle value of the data when it is sorted in ascending or descending order. Mean means if we arrange the data in ascending or descending order, then the middle number will be mean. Same time mode means the most frequently occurring value in the data. We will if you are getting data of or age groups. So in age group, the age 20 to 25 age group is age group number of person is more 10 or 50 when compared to other age group. Then we can take mode as a 20 to 25 age group. So that age group number of person is very high. So that is example of mode. So I think it is clear how what is central tendency, how to calculate mean, median and mode. Seventh question: standard deviation is a measure of. Standard deviation is a measure of chance, central tendency, deviation from mean value, none. Correct answer is deviation from mean value. Standard deviation means it is a deviation from mean value. We already learned in previous question what is mean. So how much deviated from the mean value, that is known as standard deviation. Standard deviation is most common and generally most appropriate measure of dispersion. Standard deviation is defined as the root mean square deviation of values from their mean, or as the square root of the variance. So there is a particular equation to calculate the standard deviation. I am not going to that and all. It is not required. So you just understand standard deviation is defined as the root mean square, that is RMS deviation of the value from their mean, or we can calculate as the square root of the variance. So we will see the importance of standard deviation. A large standard deviation number that represent data points are far from the mean. So if the central mean value will be there, so if the large standard deviation means it is away from the mean. At the same time, a small standard deviation that represent data points are clustered closely around the mean. So it will be near to the mean value. Then 8th question, simple random sampling is ideal for vaccinated people, heterogeneous population, homogeneous population, all of these. Simple random sampling. So here a correct answer is homogeneous population. Homogeneous population means population with the same particular specifications, age, religion, caste, like similar specification. That kind of population is known as homogeneous population. I will explain with an example, then you will understand better. For an example, in a population residing in an island where there is no migration of individual into the island, all the individuals will be homogeneous for a particular trait such as disease immunity. So if you are taking the disease immunity capacity of a particular population, that population in a island, there is no one came from outside. So there will be the trait such as disease immunity capacity will be same for that particular population. So that kind of population is known as homogeneous population. There is an opposite kind of population, that is heterogeneous population. Heterogeneous population is one in which a large degree of variation is seen in traits. So it is a mixed kind of population. So in this there will be a large degree of variations will be each person's. So that kind of population is known as heterogeneous population. Then 9th question, chi-square test is for. Chi-square test is for standard error of mean, standard error of proportion, standard error of difference between two means, standard error of difference between proportions. Chi-square test is used for finding standard error of difference between proportions. So we will see what is chi-square. The chi-square test is a statistical test used to determine whether there is a significant difference between the expected frequencies. So we will, before the experiment, we will expect some particular result. So chi-square test is the significant difference between the expected frequencies and the observed frequencies in one or more categories. So one result we will expect, and same after the experiment we will get some result. So that is the difference, significant difference between the expected frequency and the observed frequencies in one or more categories. That is known as chi-square. It is commonly used to test whether there is a significant association between two categorical variables. For an example, a researcher may use a chi-square test to determine whether there is a significant association between gender and political party affiliation. So, so that difference that they will study. If there are any gender relation between any gender and political affiliation, there. So, in that case, the researcher will expect some kind of result, and he will correlate that difference with the outcome. So that kind of test is known as chi-square test. The chi-square test calculates a statistic based on the difference between the observed and expected frequencies, and the resulting value can be compared to a critical value to determine whether the difference is significant. I think that much and all deep you don't want to learn, but for your understanding, I just explained only. So 10th question, type 1 sampling error is classified as a direct question, alpha error, beta error, gamma error, delta error. Type 1 sampling error is classified as alpha error. So what is type 1 error? Type 1 error that indicates null hypothesis is true but rejected. Type 1 error, that means null hypothesis. We will make a null hypothesis in first, then that will be true, but in that case it will be rejected. So that case, that is known as type 1 error or alpha error. Probability of type 1 error is given by p value. So type 1 error is indicated by p value. Significance or alpha level, that is, it is the maximum tolerable probability of type 1 error. Then same time there will be a type 2 error also, sampling error also. It is also known as beta error, is a statistical error that occurs when the null hypothesis is wrongly accepted. So in type 1 error, the null hypothesis is true but rejected, but in the type 2 error, the null hypothesis will be false, but it will be accepted. So that will be leads to wrong result. This can happen when the sample size is too small or when the difference between the expected and observed value is not large enough to be statistically significant. So it is a error only. So if even type 1 error and type 2 error both are serious issue only in sampling. In other words, type 2 sampling error occurs when the test fails to reject the null hypothesis even though it is actually false. So that is the difference in type 1 and type 2. So one is null hypothesis will be true in type 1 error, but it is rejected. Same case in type 2 error, it will the null hypothesis will be false even though it is accepted. This error is often more serious than type 1 sampling error because it can lead to incorrect conclusions being drawn from the data. So it will give both error will give wrong data only. So type 1 error also, it is a serious sampling error only. To avoid type 2 sampling error, researchers should carefully select their sample size and use appropriate statistical tests to ensure that the results are statistically significant. Then 11th question, Pearson or Spearman coefficient is used for evaluation of differences in proportion, comparisons of more than two means, comparisons of means, correlations. Pearson or Spearman coefficient is used for the evaluation of correlations. So what is correlations? Correlation means it is a relationship between two quantitative or continuous variables. So that may be degree of relationship or direction of relationship. Correlation is represented by scatter diagram. So in the second question we have discussed about scatter diagram also. A scatter diagram is used to represent correlation. So 12th question, what is not true about a case control study? Gives attributable risk, is less expensive, involves fewer subjects, provides quick results. Case control study, that is wrong about case control study, that is gives attributable risk. So all others are true about case control study, that is it is a less expensive, involves fewer subjects, provides quick results. So it is conducting under a controlled environment. So it will be less expensive, it involves a controlled subjects only, provides quick results. Then we will move to general English questions. First question, which word is spelled incorrectly? So I will give 4 options. In that you need to find which word is spelled incorrectly. So first option, second option, third option, Fourth option. So here the third option is spelled incorrectly. The correct spelling that is given in option B. AC. ACQUAINTANCE. That is correct. This third option is incorrect. The acquaintance is spelled incorrectly. The correct spelling of acquaintance that is given in option B. ACUQUAINTANCE. So in that word, the C is placed before Q. So that turned out easy to find out. Second question, which word is an example of adjective? Happy, happen, happiness, unhappily. Direct question. Correct answer is happy. Happy is an adjective word. So adjective means it describes nouns or pronouns and they answer the questions what kind. If you ask what kind, it will be give the adjective. The person is happy. So for an example, the happy dog wagged its tail. So here you can understand the happy is an adjective and the dog is the noun. So it will describe the nouns. 15th question, which word is a verb? Jump, jumper, jumping, jumped. Correct answer is option A, that is jump is an example of verb. Jump is an example of verb. Verb means it expresses actions or states of beings. Verb that is used to represent the actions or states of being. Jump is a verb that describes the action of jumping. 16th question, which word is a noun? Which word is a noun? Dog, quickly, quick, quickness. In previous question we have discussed. So here the dog, that is a name of an animal. So that is an example of noun. So nouns are words that name people, places, things or ideas. Nouns are words that name people, place, things or ideas. Here, dog is a noun that names a type of animal. 17th question, which word is an example of adverb? Quick, quickly, quickness, quickest. So option B, that is quickly, is an example of adverb. Adverbs describes verbs, adjectives or other adverbs and they often answer the question how. So for an example, quickly is an example of adverb that describes the verb jump. As in the cat jumped quickly over the fence. So here the quickly that describes the verb jumped. So that is the function of adverb. Next question, which word is a example of pronoun? Options, hers, her, she, herself. So correct answer is she. She is an example of pronoun. Pronouns a pronoun takes the place of nouns in a sentence and they can function as the subject, object or possessive form of a noun. So if a noun is in a sentence, noun is repeating, we can replace it with pronoun. She is a pronoun that can refer to a female person or a female animal. So that is the function of pronoun. So that is about today's video. I think the topic was little dry. So it will be you may feel it will be a difficult topic, but you should learn because we cannot tell from which topic the questions will come. So you need to study well and prepare well. I just given a hint only, that is that topic, biostatics. So you need to go deeper if you want, or if you are not clear about any topic, any particular part. So you should learn it, and before going exam you should understand the things, and you can give the exam in a well prepared manner, in a confident manner. And one more thing, don't make more negative marks in exams, so that will reflect in your result in badly. So reduce your negative marks, and you should answer the question very confidently, and best wishes. So thank you for watching this video. Please like and share with your friends, and we will continue our series for PGI Sangrur exam preparing candidates. So that video will come in coming days. So thank you.